Welcome back to more episode 4. Turns out it's not another moth.
It's not what? Oh, okay. Yeah. We decided that because we love you so much, we're going to make another episode.
2 in a month.
Yep. 2 in a month. Don't get used to it. Because right after this episode, we're
going to never record again.
We're never playing this game ever again.
Let's hope this is a 10-hour video.
Never. Done.
Okay, so,
there's something we'd like to ask you, Namatame.
Zip.
Do you like my hat?
Get the hat away from me.
It's tempting to think that you were the culprit behind this entire case. And to be honest, there are many in this town who hope you are.
Friggin' kids outside.
I swear, when I move away from an elementary school...
Answer our questions.
Huh? Beep bop boop bop beep bop.
What
boop,
should
boop,
you ask him? Who'd you throw in first? Did you kill those 2 girls? Is saving killing people? Alright, I think we should start out easy.
Alright, should we hook the battery up to his nipples first?
Or get the big ass wrench.
Or Bessie?
Let's waterboard him. Alright, did you kill those 2 girls?
Answer correctly or it's 1 tooth.
They were killed. I couldn't save them.
Okay.
Alright. Who'd you throw in first?
Huh? Me?
Okay, so he's admitted that he did throw her in.
Okay, and probably everyone else in the room.
Yes.
Not named Yosuke or
But
Chie.
because he is saying that he threw her in first, that means that he did not throw in the 2 that actually died.
Bingo.
No. If nobody saves them, they'll be killed. That's why I put them in there.
Huh.
Then tell me if my estimation is correct so far. After discovering the Yamano and Konishi incidents, you realized an appearance on the Midnight Channel meant certain death. Thus, to save her from that fate, you kidnapped Yukiko Amagi. You couldn't let her be killed, so you threw her into the TV, preventing the killer in this world from reaching her. And you repeated the process, as more individuals appeared on the Midnight Channel.
So maybe by throwing them in, he knew that someone would come to save them. Like I said in the last episode, maybe he thinks that by throwing them in the TV, he's preventing their death in the real world, and he knows that someone will go and save them in that world.
Well, how's he gonna...
I don't know.
It all falls into place.
Maybe he thinks that's just a completely safe place.
Maybe.
His body
As if
is
like,
weak,
hey, you
but
can
his
live
mind is
there
sound.
forever.
He's trying to tell us the truth.
Yeah, but if the stuff he's saying is true...
There's another killer who murdered the first 2 victims?
Indulge us in a few more questions.
Who killed the first 2? Why the warning letters? Why did you enter the TV?
I didn't know. I never thought it would be that kind of place. What are you talking about? I have no idea. I want to know that too.
As I thought.
You believe me? Did they find him? Did they find the one who did such cruel things?
That face. He just ejaculated. I would love to imagine that he's looking at Rize. Like, his picture is just like...
Your hair, it's so red! Can I touch it?
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you. We know about the other world. In fact, we're the only ones who can fully understand what you have to say.
Only you?
We did blame you for everything at first. But now I think we can accept whatever you got to tell us as truth.
Please. Tell us everything you can, calmly and slowly.
You're willing to listen? Do my story?
No.
Well, if you're gonna write us a book, I mean... We don't have much time in here. It'd be probably easier if you just gave us, like, a pamphlet. We could take that home.
All right.
Whew, alright.
Here we go.
Let me see if I can find the remote and turn this up a bit.
Soon after my affair with Mayumi became common knowledge.
Let me see if I can find the remote and turn this up a bit.
He's just sitting there, drinking himself. Alright.
Apologize.
Returned to my
There's an
parents'
echo,
home,
but this is
as
serious.
if to run away from the scandal. And I started drinking heavily to drown my anxieties. I hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that didn't help either. Mayumi, where are
Kind of
you?
looks like Dojima.
Yeah.
A bit.
I know, I was thinking that.
Who would have thought drunk Namatame looks like always drunk Dojima?
She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows and forced to resign from the program she was on. It cost her so much trouble. I wanted to at least apologize to her, but I couldn't even do that. I lost the will and energy to do anything. Then, one day, the rumor I heard some time ago came back to me. Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV and watched my own reflection. And all of a sudden, there was Mayumi. Mayumi? Is that you? The Mayumi inside the TV looked as if she was calling to me for help. Mayumi? Mayumi! When I reached out unthinkingly to touch her,
Huh.
my arm disappeared into the TV.
So he's
as
like
if I
us.
had dipped it
Yeah.
into a pool of water. I was so shocked that I lost my balance and nearly fell face first into the TV. I was so scared. I couldn't understand what just happened. I thought maybe I'd gone insane. In the end, I decided to think of it as just a dream, and I went back to the city the next day after finishing work. The next afternoon when I got to work, I was fired on the spot, as I expected.
I didn't know you could fire a
That wasn't
government
what broke
official.
me, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like, isn't he like a congressman or?
I thought he was like, yeah, I thought he was something like that, but...
I mean, here you have to get, you know. Well, first of all, you can have as many affairs as you want as a congressman and not get away with it.
Yeah.
It was Mayumi. being found dead.
That hair.
And not just that, but it had happened in my hometown. I was dumbstruck. But later on, I remember the image of Mayumi I'd seen that night. Was it not a dream? Could it really have been an SOS from Mayumi? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying, but I decided to try it again. And I confirmed that none of it was a dream. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help? That's how I felt.
And eventually, you learned of the Midnight Channel.
So at this rate, it's possible that people were dying without even going inside the TV.
Sorry, what was it?
So at this point, it seems like it's possible that these people are dying without having been thrown inside the television. Although I assume that's probably how it happened. Perhaps someone else is throwing them in.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten to the point that they were put inside the TV and then later died.
Okay.
Because, remember Saki at the beginning was like, Yosuke is a little asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, she was put in there, and that was her other self, pretty much.
Right.
And also that room with the handkerchief noose.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That was Mayumi's.
Okay. That was a long-ass time ago.
I remember that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about some bizarre TV program. I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend. But then Mayumi appeared on it, and later turned up dead.
So Mayumi was actually looking for the Midnight Channel.
She was trying to
figure it out.
Yeah.
The more I thought about it, the harder it became to believe that the two events were
a lot of
unrelated.
information at once, huh?
Yeah.
Soon after that, I came back to Inaba to answer the police's questions. I'd lost my job, and I wanted to know the truth of Mayumi's death for myself. Then, on another rainy night, someone else appeared on the Midnight Channel. It was a girl. She looked like she was calling for help, just like Mayumi. The first thing that came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
And that was Saki-senpai.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi, so I noticed right away that she was the girl who found Mayumi's body. And if my hunch was right, she'd be the next victim. I didn't want her to die the way Mayumi did. So I desperately kept watching. I was consumed with the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little, her image on the screen came into sharper focus.
It became sharper?
How did you find out it was her?
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits, and gave me a job with the family business. I met that girl when I delivered a package to the liquor store.
Huh.
After agonizing over it, I decided to meet her, and told her to be careful. But that same night, on the TV, she looked as if she was being engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain. That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the phone? Come on, please! The next day, they found her dead. I knew she was gonna be murdered, but I couldn't save her. I blamed myself, thinking there must have been something I could have done. There was no one who depended on me. Nobody at work, not even my wife. Mayumi was the only one who accepted me for who I was. But she was murdered, and the same person killed another girl. I was beside myself. I couldn't forgive myself.
So here
for
brings
nothing.
back an old question. Who is putting these images on the Midnight Channel?
I don't know. I want to believe that, or the theory that I brought up about a month ago when we last played, where I said that perhaps if these people do not go inside the television and face their shadow selves, they will eventually be engulfed by them and killed. That might not be the actual case, but I want to just possibly believe that that could be it.
You really did love Miss Yamano.
Yes, from the bottom of my heart. Before I was married, my wife made it big in show business. I was happy for her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
It was around that time when I met Mayumi. She was interviewing our candidate for the next election. She was a big-name announcer, but she only worked with local stations, and her attitude towards work was similar to mine. We both came from Inaba, so she was easy to talk to. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help getting intimate with her. She gave meaning to my life. Soon after Saki-san was found dead, yet another girl appeared on TV. That was you. She'll be kidnapped next, and murdered. I can't let her end up like Mayumi and that other girl. This time, I'm gonna do something. My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity. I thought hard about what I could do to protect her from someone like that. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious and they arrest me, we'll save her then. The girl inside the TV looked as if she was smiling at me. And that's when it hit me. I apparently had the power to go through the TV screen to the other side. Then, what if I put her into the TV and give her shelter there before the killer gets her? What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe over there? Is that it? The girl inside the TV seemed to smile at me again. And I thought, no matter what kind of place it might be, it's better than being slaughtered. Once things calm down, I could just let her out again. If she's inside the TV, there's no way they can find her. It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my mind. Could it be that Mayumi gave me that power to prevent any more victims from meeting her fate? Was it my mission to save people? But there was a big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand. I had already tried that and failed miserably. It seemed the only thing I could do was to take them away. If that was my mission, I'd just have to do it. Or so I thought. Mayumi, please lend me your strength.
So you think Namatame was just confused?
Yeah. Seems like... It kind of seems like he's being, kind of seems like he's being played. Like maybe the real killer is was tricking Namatame into doing his dirty work by you know, putting these images on the screen to make him think that that's how they would be safe. Or maybe Namatame just stumbled into doing it. and then the real killer is just like, hey, he's doing my dirty work for me.
I'm just gonna kick back my feet and watch.
Watch me struggle.
Mission, give me a break. You never stopped and wondered about any of this?
I thought I was the only one who could help them. I did call the police, but they didn't believe me. I knew the area well, thanks to my job. I had a large truck, and I could move around without suspicion. I thought my job as a delivery man would be the perfect cover for my mission. I thought no one else could do it. But are you telling me that I wasn't saving them?
If a person is still within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die. Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact, in mortal peril. It was my friends here who really saved us all.
You know,
that was it.
I knew this would take probably a good 2 years to code in. But if you don't rescue someone, it's a game over. Part of me would want the game to kind of like not have you game over and sort of have you reflect like your decisions that you made.
Mm-hmm.
Like later on, it's like you only have a choice between to save 1 or 2 people. So pick who you want, and then like the game morphs around that. But that would take forever to code.
Oh yeah, because that means that they'd have to make so many different endings to the game. Well, I mean, depending on how you
I
play
know
the game.
I know how it ends. It would be more like the meat of the game that would be changed, not necessarily the ending. But I will say, if we were given that choice, it would just be us standing there.
When I went
You
after
son of a
the girl
bitch.
and entered the TV myself, for the first time, I had some doubts about myself.
You refer to Nanako-chan, correct?
The police were after me, so I had to get away. But I still felt I needed to do everything I could to save that poor little girl. That's why I went in after her. But the TV world was completely different than I imagined. Such an
Sort of off topic,
abominable,
but we started recording at
grotesque
188, right?
Wait, what?
We started recording at episode 188, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Should we make 200 our goal for today?
We could try. Yeah.
Alright, go on. Sorry.
I knew that the 3 of you who I saved went back to your normal lives, so I didn't realize how terrible that world was. I never knew. You couldn't even get out of that place on your own. I thought I was going insane. I probably did.
Ooh.
And you know the rest. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed.
You really were trying to save people.
But I ended up doing just the opposite. What a fool. I always wanted to enter the world of politics and become useful to society. But after losing my job and the woman I loved, all I had left was this power. I convinced myself that world was some sort of sanctuary, and I secretly believed myself to be a hero.
I started wearing a cape.
How you feel about this now,
I
Yosuke?
never doubted what I saw on TV, and believed everything was as I wanted it to be. I didn't think for myself at all. That's why I couldn't protect them. I'm to blame for all of this.
I gotta say, if like, I'm sure you've been asked this question once, but if you could have like one superpower, what would it be? I don't think I would choose put people inside televisions. That'd be pretty cool, you know.
Hey, dude, you want to go to the television? All right.
Nope.
It's still unforgivable.
I suppose so. But the things I've done are too serious to be brushed aside like that. I have no intentions of running away from my crimes. and prepared to face the consequences.
Would you charge him?
I mean, if everyone knew what we knew, I don't think he would get charged.
It-
I
it's-
personally wouldn't.
Technically, there are about 6 or 7 attempted murder charges.
Well, yeah, but he didn't think of it that way. I mean, and also, yeah, there are kidnapping charges.
First of all, this is a very weird case.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The judge is just like,
Just send him to the loony bin.
Kidnapping is already a serious
Yeah.
crime. And on top of that, I put all those lives in danger. I'm sorry.
and then there's the possible breaking
The
and
Midnight
entering.
Channel and the other world, you can hardly be blamed for failing to understand them properly. We must apologize to you as well. Had we let our emotions blind us to the truth, we would have piled all the responsibility on you.
I guess from your point of view, people did stop dying once you started saving people. The more you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
I'm such a joke. I'm sorry.
What are you all crammed in here for?
That suspicious object took a while. Didn't
What are you doing?
it? Turns out it's just somebody's lunch.
My apologies. We'll be leaving now.
Wait. I beg you, please, find whoever's behind this. You children are the only ones who know about that world.
Where's Scooby-Doo when you have him?
Raggy!
It's all clear now. He never committed any murders. It was another party who threw the first 2 victims into the TV.
So just to clarify.
3!
Yeah, I told you this one goes by super quick. So just to clarify, somebody else threw in the first 2,
Yep.
and Namatame threw in everyone else.
Yep. That's the way it sounds.
But unknowingly did not know that they were going to die.
I just like that Yosuke pointed out that by Namatame saving them, he actually kind of did save them because, you know,
Yeah.
as soon as he started throwing people into the TV, the murders did stop.
And we wouldn't be level 67 without him.
That's true.
Now get out of here!
Fuck you!
I told you.
That sounded a lot like
We can't have
Mr.
anything
Wilson.
else happen.
Get out of here!
I'll give you 7 across the ass!
Better not see you rascals here again.
Teach you how to play football. Poor Namatame is gonna go to jail. You didn't do nothing.
Is that your defense?
He ain't done nothing!
She's in pain. She's fighting for dear life. This was the last place we saw Teddy, right? He was so worried about her.
Did anyone check under the bed? Hey guys!
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
The police consider the matter closed. We'll have to
Ah,
do
it's still
all the
daytime.
investigation from here on out. Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents and see if we can turn up fresh details.
I think we've investigated those 2 pretty clearly.
But it's been over 6
Yeah, dog.
months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
I got a cold trail for you.
You.
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on.
That's Chie we're talking about here.
And you never know. People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it. Let's split up
We'll
and
turn
talk to
this fan
people
off.
all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
Alright.
I hope we can find out something about Teddy, too.
Oh god.
Uh,
Welcome to the rest of our day. Well, I say we talk to everyone next time.
yep. I think that's a good idea.
Alright. See you guys next time.
Bye.